Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to move on and we're going to do the metallic areas. I'm going to use the standard Citadel Games Workshop Triad. We're going to base coat in Ork Metal, which is a very dark metal.
Can I just stop you a second, Rob? One thing I've noticed is, obviously, you said you've got the 2 pots of water. One was for metal, one for normal paint. Could you explain quickly why that is?
The metal pigments are actually flakes, metallic flakes, and if you use them in the same pot and then go on to another colour, the flakes will contaminate that next colour. So if you go on to say flesh, you will have sparkly flesh.
Right.
So it's
okay.
it's how the paint's put together. So yeah, so we're going to start with the very standard, a very common way of getting a reasonable result on your model. Ork Metal. Then we're going to mix a highlight with chainmail, and then we're going to use mithril silver. And if you think of Ork Metal as the black, chainmail as the grey, and silver as the white.
So yeah, I was kind of wondering that when you said you were going to apply metal, because to me metal's kind of one layer of metal. It looks metally, but of course it doesn't really, does it?
No, not
it's
at
the
this
same as
scale.
skin. You need to shade it, of course.
You certainly do, and we'll be using the inks again as a shading wash after we apply the first layer of Ork Metal.
Alright.
Ork Metal is a very, very good paint for coverage. So if we get a big old lot out.
So do you still water the metallic one down then?
Definitely, yeah. It's very, very glutinous. It's basically pigment and binder. Acrylic paint. It's a plastic binder. So if I now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but if you have a look in there, you can
see the swirls, yeah.
Yeah, that you don't want that getting into your other colours, which is why you have, if not 2 separate, then you empty the water in, stuff like that.
Right. So again, there's going to be a couple of coats of this, which dry quite fast, as I recall, and then it's going to be shading it out really.
Yeah, it should hopefully, it might even cover in one layer. Ork Metal is famous for its coverage. So, okay. Start on the largest little surface, and you can see already that's, you know, this.
It does cover amazingly well.
One layer.
It's just really quite surprising.
Citadel metallics are fantastic for coverage. A lot of the paint, there are varying brands of miniature paint out there.
Maybe we should charge them every time we say the name of their brands, because I should really keep a tally at this point.
Do you think Games Workshop Legal would pay?
I very much doubt it.
No,
even though they're a lovely bunch of people.
They are very wonderful.
I love them.
Yeah, even people who use other brands of paint. There's the Vallejo paints and the Reaper paints. A lot of people will still use the
Dulux emulsion, of course.
Yeah, a lot of people will still use the Citadel metallics just because the coverage is generally very good.
Well, it is an impressive coverage. I mean, I was just thinking about what you're saying here, and I wouldn't really know, even at the moment, where to begin on shading a blade like that, so I'm really quite interested to see where this is going to go.
I have to admit I'm quite interested as well, because I've not painted a big flat orcish blade like this for quite some time.
Rob jests, of course. He does this every day and can literally do it in his sleep.
I do a lot better in my sleep.
Well, I think we all do, mate. Except for the dream about the giant carrot chasing you around. We don't talk about that.
Well, you just did.
Oh dear.
There's a few awkward places on the miniature because already assembled, but again, it's very good practice.
Yeah, I'm going to try and zoom in as best I can on the areas that really focusing on here. I'm not going to win any Cameraman of the Year competitions, I'm afraid. Though if I do, then I would like to thank, obviously, my family. And,
yeah, that's about it, really.
yeah. And Canon for not sending me that expensive video camera I always wanted free of charge.
Okay, what we're going to do with the this piece of